Hello, my name is Monica Pereira, and this research was conducted as part of my PhD, which was supervised by Professor Kate Hone. The title of this paper is Communication Skills Training Intervention based on Automated Nonverbal Signals. The aim of the study was twofold. The first was to investigate whether communication skills training could be improved by providing social signals feedback to trainees in media skills training workshops rather than traditional feedback. And the second aim was to assess whether these skills were maintained 6 months later. To do this, a total of 22 trainees or research staff were recruited to take part in media skills training workshops. They were then later recalled for a 6-month follow-up media interview where a total of 16 trainees had returned. The signals that were captured during interviews and which were fed back to trainees included facial expressions, hand movements, vocal behavior, and honest signals, which include signals like body movements, postures, mirroring, consistency during an interaction, and vocal behaviors. And these were the technologies that were used to capture these signals. Trainees were assigned to either the experiment group or the control group. The experiment group received social signals feedback in the form of summative and formative feedback. Formative feedback included a video playback of their interview with an inclusion of an emotional dashboard as depicted in Figure 3, and a discussion of their performance with the journalist as a conversational partner. The summative feedback included feedback to trainees about their social signals based on the detection of social signals. And this included a threshold component whereby if the threshold was exceeded, then this would signify an area that would need improvement. The control group received only formative feedback, which included playback of the video of the interviews without the emotional dashboard and a discussion of their performance with the journalist. Initially, trainees had taken part in a media interview whereby the journalist would provide communication skill scores. Based on these scores, trainees' gender and first languages, they were then matched and randomly assigned to either the experiment or the control group. They watched a pre-recorded lecture on effective communication skills and were given a good and bad example of a media interview. Then trainees took part in a series of practice media interviews, each of which increased in difficulty. After each interview, trainees received feedback, and then they had taken part finally in a post-training interview, which was matched in difficulty as the initial interview. Later, participants had been rated by 3 neutral observers, and again 6 months later they took part in a final media interview and were rated by 3 neutral observers. The results showed that the neutral observers reported that both experiment and control group significantly improved in communication skills from pre to post training interviews. The results revealed that the control group also displayed a significant reduction in confidence based on social signals results from pre to post training interviews and displayed a more posed expression than the experiment group. The experiment group reduced significantly in displays of frowning from pre to post interviews. Both the control group and the experiment group also significantly reduced in expressions of disgust from pre to post training interviews. In the 6-month follow-up, neutral observers reported that those who received social signals feedback were more effective communicators than those who received traditional feedback. What does this all mean? So the findings of the study suggest that social signals feedback in the context of media interviews are more effective in improving communication skills than traditional feedback in current training workshops. This type of feedback could be implemented by practitioners in current workshops, which could improve the quality of media skills training. Thank you very much for your attention and watching my video.